for one, just going into the music business, right? For someone like Kanye, who's been in the music business for such a long time, he's been in a lot of the back offices where decisions are made and things like that. And, you know, speaking for myself, also being in the music business and having an experience in corporate, a lot of the prejudice and, you know, racism and, you know, things that we deal with in the world, those things as well are present in corporate America. They're present in every aspect of, you know, in all businesses, right? No matter what it is that you do, you're going to encounter, you possibly could encounter some level of prejudice, racism, especially being a black man in America. So I get it. But now as it pertains to the music business, you know, Kanye's thing is that the heads of these industries, the record execs, heads of these labels, if you look into, now religion shouldn't matter in business. However, morality does matter, right? And if you look at a lot of these record executives, most of them are older gentlemen, you know, and men and female, right? Male and female. They should know better. And if you look in any other genre of music that's being pushed out to different ethnicities, different groups, and different other radio stations outside of urban, you won't find a lot of what's being promoted as the norm and pushed out to the urban community, which it does have an effect on the urban community, right? It's anti family. It degrades our women. It, you know, promotes violence and all sorts of reckless behavior, you know, violence, all sorts of things to our community. Now, does the black community have a responsibility in it? Yes. Do the rappers have a responsibility in it? Yes. However, a lot of these rappers know that this is what is primarily incentivized, right? To get the major record deals and get the machine and get the push behind you from these labels, you have to, your content has to cover most of these things. In fact, they're incentivized to promote drug use, violence, degrading women, all sorts of immoral activity, right, and topics. And this is what's pushed on the radio. You turn on the urban radio and you hear this stuff as though it's the norm, right? As if we don't have children who, you know, they're not responsible black men and women who don't want their children to hear it, just as any other communities, the white communities, the Indian communities, the Chinese communities, all these communities, they shield and protect and prevent their children from listening to these kind of things. Now, do they listen to hip hop? Yes. However, as a community, it's not being pushed in what has been defined as their radio. So I see what Kanye's point is that all these other groups and ethnicities, they make money, they line up their pockets and get rich, filthy rich off of our pain. They get rich off of using us, right? And promoting all sorts of things that destroy our community. But again, am I a fan of, or am I in support of everything that Kanye does and his approach to it? No, I'm not. However, there's something that Kanye is doing. He's stirring up the pot and he's starting a conversation. He's actually stating a lot of things that a lot of rappers and entertainers who have big endorsements and all these sorts of things are afraid to speak out on. These are topics that they will not touch. They will avoid, to avoid losing their endorsements and brand deals and that sort of thing, right? These sort of things. So there's only few people who you know, and of course with Kanye being independent, you know, most entertainers and athletes and, you know, and people that we look up to in the community, most of them are under some form of a machine, and 9 times out of 10, that machine is it's not a black machine. Let's just put it that way. So to ensure that they maintain their support, these are conversations and discussions that they have behind closed doors, right? However, we must expose the works that of evil, right? We must expose the evil works because it has a long-lasting impact in our community, on our families, on our children who are the future, who look up to these rappers and athletes and you know, people like this, right? So again, in my opinion, Kanye West, or Ye, with all due respect, Ye is not crazy. He's not.